So if you like to eat, this is the show for you. Welcome to our live show. It's Monday and we're going to be talking about comfort food. What a day to be talking about comfort food. Most people would like to hear about comfort food somewhere along the weekend. But it is what it is, and that's what we're gonna dive in. So on this shot today, it's gonna be you telling me what is your comfort food. Another thing I would really like is for you to say where you're watching from. As a matter of fact, we want to know where you're watching from. So whenever you give us your comfort food, we'll get an idea of the kind of comfort food you have in your region. Now, we also want to have a few guests on today. Hopefully the links will work and people are going to be talking about what they really like to eat. So if you have something that you really like to eat and you're from wherever you're from, we want to hear from you. So welcome to the chat. It's a live chat. It's an interactive chat today. And I don't want you to be bashful. I want you to just dive in and talk about food. Most of us like to eat and most of us have something that it's like their go-to whenever they are feeling a little down, whenever they are just under the weather, or whenever they go visit family, or some people have a special dish that their parents might make like years and years ago. Their grandma might have a favorite meal that she prepared and you really like it, you really get to absorb in it. And whenever you feel like you need something special or something to make you very, very happy, this is the food that you turn to. So that is basically what comfort food is. And I'm really, really all excited to see the many different culture today on the chat and the many different variety of cultured food that you may have. So we're just waiting for the chat to get warm up right now. We need the notification to go out. So while we're waiting for people to come on to just express food, now we're not saying that you are going to go off your diet now, because sometimes when you think about your comfort food and you're trying to watch your weight, the most comfort food is normally something that is really heavy in calories. Most time is something that is not so healthy for us. Lucky for me, I think my comfort food is a little healthy. However, if I overdo it, I overeat on it, then it might be a little bit too much. So good morning, everyone. And if you're not sure what this is our weekday show, which is every weekdays, Monday to Thursday at 12 noon. On this, we talk about a wide variety of topic, lifestyle, current affairs, you name it. That's what we do on our live chat. It's a pretty new series that we're running for the month of April, and we'll see how it goes. So if you like the topic today, give it a thumbs up and also watch and comment. So let's do a few shout outs while the chat gets really, really warm up. Food is the topic. And who don't like to talk about food? I personally like to talk about food and I like to eat food. And I want to hear what you have to say. What are your input today? What is your favorite comfort food? Now, good morning, Jill. And Jill is a member and someone is asking for Keisha. Very, very strange that Keisha is not on the chat today, but we'll figure out later what's going on. We have Susan, Kelly, Maya, Morrison, Helene Paper. We also have Margaret. Hi, Margaret. Very soon you're going to be on the show. Juliana. We also have, who else is here? Hi, Jason. Jason is here. Roxanne, Makeup Forever. And we have a lot of Marine French. We have all of the oldies but goodies on the show. So are you all wild up to talk about food? Please be wild up. We also have something special coming up for you near to the end of this show. So you need to watch, and you need to watch the full length. And even if you have to run, go get some coffee, you have to go get some water to drink, but make sure you come back so that we can talk about food. We're also going to have a few guests on the show today. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything go well and they will be able to log on just talking about food. So what are your comfort food? First, how we want you to comment. We want you to comment to say where you're watching from. Very, very important. And we also want you to comment your comfort food. The reason why we want to know where you're watching from, we need to know what kind of variety of culture and what are there, because most people have different food that they tend to find as their comfort food. Different region have different, so there's a variety that we're looking for today. So let's start out with the comfort food. Number one, where are you watching from? And if you have a comfort food, don't be afraid to comment. So let me see the chat light up right now. Just start a comment. Let me see where you're watching from, because I want to have an idea of all the many different dishes that we're going to be seeing on today. So we have Rajit watching from the UK. And hey, Barbara, welcome. Also, if you're watching from Facebook, remember to give us a like, a little emoji. If you're watching from YouTube, you know the drill. Give us a thumbs up. Lioness TV, welcome. Makeup Forever watching from Miami. And we have Kalsam watching from Pakistan. Lioness from Cayman Island. Come on, let me hear where you're watching from today. Right where it said post a comment, that is where you're going to type. Just type where you're watching from, because we know we're in for a wide variety of dishes. When the show is over, you should learn something about someone else's, comfort food and a different form of a dish depending on the region. We have Juliana watching from Toronto, and we have Gloria watching from Cape Town. We also have Cynthia listening from the job in Manhattan. We have Perfect Gaming from India. Come on, everyone. Go ahead. And we have Karen from St. Louis, Missouri. Margaret is watching from Barbados. I know this is going to be really interesting. And we have Anne, who is Gilbert, who is watching from Ireland. We have Jill from Arizona, and Maureen French. I think you're watching from Jamaica. I'm thinking, and we have, we're going to have some Mexican food in here today. We have Karima, who is watching from Mexico. I can't wait to hear what Anne's favorite food is. That Anne Gilbert, and she's watching from Ireland. And Perfect Gaming from India. We want a wide, and Jason is watching from France. So we're going to have French food here today. So we're going to also have Greek food, because we have Georgia, who's watching from Greece. So this is going to be something amazing going on here today. And we also have some Guyanese food here too. We have Ulas, who is watching from Guyana. So I am really in for it. So now that we know where some of you are watching from, let's get the chat rolling. First of all, let's really get it clear. I'm posting below what comfort food is. Now, comfort food is your go-to food. You know that one dish that you like to eat, and whenever you make it, you tend to overeat on it? This one dish that makes you happy, this one dish that you cannot resist, this one dish that makes you think about family, this one dish that makes you feel warm, that just give you that, that is what the comfort food is. Now, we have a lot of people that have more than one, but you just wanted to share just one today, that one that you go to, okay? Now, the first person we have was Anne, and Anne is from Ireland, and she like lamb roast. Now, tell us, Anne, you are into lamb for your comfort food. How do you prepare this lamb? Okay, just give us an idea of some of the things that you throw on it. So it's roast lamb. So we're assuming you just put it in a roaster, or do you just put it in the oven, or you put it on a grill? Like, let me know how you prepare this. And while you're at it, share some of the special herbs that you throw on this roast lamb. Now, Perfect Gaming, watching from India, biryani. First time I'm hearing this one. Vegetable, Biryani. If you're watching from India, you're on the chat, go ahead and let us know what this is. And Perfect Gaming kind of break it down a little bit and let us know what this vegetable biryani really is. All right, Karen, chicken and shrimp pasta. Now here it comes. And Karen is watching from, let me see where Karen is watching from. Karen is watching from Canada, I think. I might be wrong. Remind me where you're watching from, Karen, because yours just went out of views. You're watching from, I'm just thinking about, my mouth is just watering. That shrimp and pasta. So it's shrimp and pasta. What kind of sauce do you use in this, Karen? Let me hear from you. Oh, you're watching from St. Louis, that's Missouri. Now, Karen, this shrimp and pasta, what's the special sauce? Or is just, throwing some vegetable in there? I really want to get into it. And what kind of dish is this? Is this an Italian dish or is this an American dish? Because normally when we talk about pasta and shrimp and these things, right away we're thinking pasta, we're thinking Italian, but it might not be Italian because you might have a twist to it. Okay, you might just have a twist. So let me hear what it is. Maker Forever is into grilled steak. So what are the special seasoning that you use on this grilled steak? We really need to hear. And we have Elsa that she loves Italian, Ethiopian food. I've never tried Ethiopian food before. So can you dive down a little bit and give us an idea what Ethiopian food really is? Just give us an idea. We'll read it from the comment. Now, let's see who else is here before I read, Lasagna, that's from Margaret, and tell us what is so special about it, because we have a wide variety of ways to make that. What is the special way that, Alfredo sauce with the shrimp and pasta, and most people like this Alfredo sauce. Now, do you make it yourself or do you actually, make the prepared sauce? Juliana like plantain with bean sauce, and are we yellow plantain with bean sauce? Now, Juliana, your plantain, green or ripe? Let me hear from you. Now, I think I'm gonna mess your name up. Can you make video to get rid of? Yes, we can. Today we're talking about food, however, so let me hear from you. JHALAK, what is your favorite go-to food, comfort of food that is? Now, if you're just joining the chat today, we are live. We're streaming from Facebook, and we're streaming from our platform, which is YouTube. We're talking about food today, and we're right now, Anne is on the platform talking about our favorite lamb roast, or roast lamb roast that is, and she's from Ireland, and she's now giving us some of the herb that she used on the lamb roast. In oven, herbs and wine. Oh, herbs and wine. Okay, so I know that is gonna be really, really good. So Anne from Ireland, her comfort food is lamb roast, and she normally just put this in the oven, and she add herb, and she had wine to it. Is there a special wine or any wine that you once you have some leftover wine, you just throw it on? Let me hear. And we also have calzone. Asian food are usually spicy and chicken mutton based dish. So where are you watching from, calzone? Let me hear. Make up forever. Salt and sour orange for the grilled steak. Oh, wow, that's something new. So you're gonna just squeeze the orange juice, sour orange, and add the salt and just pour it over it and cover it and just put that in the oven. So definitely something. Ripe plantain. I'm a ripe plantain person too. Now we have 3LS Benjamin stew peas with white rice. Now tell us about your stew peas and what is that dish? I already know that dish is a Jamaican dish, the stew peas with the white rice. All right, so now that we're all talking about our food, we have a guest on today, and we're going to bring on a guest to help us to share a little more insight on our comfort food. So continue watching. We're going to have our guest. Hi, Andrea. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Today? Now, what is your comfort food?
Hello again. My comfort food is anything in curry. I love curry.
Good old curry.
Yeah.
Curry. So,
Yeah.
what kind of curry, really?
I'm a Jamaican. I'm originally from Jamaica, so I love the better pack curry.
All right.
That's the better pack.
My
Yes.
favorite too. But you know,
Yes.
they say that curry have a lot of turmeric in it. Okay, it make it like really, really yellow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gives whatever you're making a rich color, rich flavor. Yes. So that's why it's my to go curry.
So what kind of dishes do you make with this curry?
Give me anything in curry. Curry
Oh
chicken,
my
curry
goodness,
shrimp.
I love it.
Yes,
I am so curry too. Yes, anything. I
yes,
love
yes,
me some good curry. All right. So,
yes.
which is like your favorite though? Like your go-to dish?
Quick and easy. I love a curry salmon. I'm not sure how many persons have
Oh,
tried a curry salmon,
I've not
but
tried that.
yes, it's really, really good. Yes. So I like curry salmon, put it in it's done in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Give us an
season.
insight. Give us an insight on this curry salmon. How do you really prepare it? Let
All
me
right.
hear from you.
All right. So I just season my curry salmon with a little bit of like fresh herbs, like
Mhm.
a little onion, little thyme, scallion, garlic. Those are my like four seasonings that I have to have in my kitchen. So I just like chop it up a little, put it on my salmon, put a little curry, a little olive oil, a
Mhm.
little, just a little piece of butter,
Mhm.
rub it together, put
And
it in the oven
why
20
you
minutes.
stress the comfort food? Why you stress just a little piece of butter? I'm sensing. Normally, when people talk about just a little piece, it means that you didn't slap a butter on it, like bam, a half a stick of butter, right? But you just want people to think it's healthy. It's comfort food. You can say it. Yes, I put a big slab of butter on it and cover it up, right?
Well,
To
to
make
each
it
his own. So, but you can put whatever, amount you choose to. But I just put a little, little dab on it, and
uh-huh.
then I just rub it together, put it in the oven 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Voila, it's
Oh,
done. Yep.
wow, wow, wow. I like that. I never tried. Are you willing to share that with us on another live? Like, just show us how to prepare the curry salmon? Like, I'm just
Absolutely.
watering right now. I've never tried. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever tried curry fish before. So that is actually something new for me. So it's kind of nice that you have something, you put a twist to something. Is there any other dish using the curry that you like or that is your go-to?
Yes, I do curried shrimp, curried chicken, curried
Oh
goat.
my God, we're
Yeah.
talking to a chef right here. And
So
tell us about the curry shrimp. Oh, first of all, no, let's go to the chicken because I think the curry chicken is like a Jamaican staple. Most people, like most Jamaican, yet. If you're watching and you're from Jamaica and you like curry chicken, comment. And if you don't like curry chicken, go ahead and comment because I know most Jamaican like curry chicken. Okay, like
yes,
it's like the go-to dish, especially what is the day that they normally eat the curry chicken on? Like if you're not making soup on a Saturday, you're making curry chicken, right? I think
yeah.
so. So if you're Jamaican watching, you have tried the curry salmon, comment. And even if you're not Jamaican and you have tried curry salmon before, comment. And if you like curry chicken, regardless of where you're watching from, also comment and let me hear from you. All right, so continue with the chicken, Andre. I would really like to hear how you make your curry chicken.
Yeah, with the curry chicken, you get your chicken cut up, to whatever bite-sized pieces you like. You wash it in vinegar and lemon, you pat dry, then you season it with fresh herbs again, you
Mhm.
powdered seasoning,
Mhm.
marinate it for, maybe an hour or so, depends. You can do it overnight, you can do it, like an hour or two before you cook it. And
Mhm.
you just so after that, you put a little curry in a little oil
All
on
right.
the stove top. Yep. So you burn a little curry to get that
All
flavor, that,
right.
infused flavor. Yes.
Mhm.
And then you toss that chicken in, you slow cook it,
Ooh,
juicy.
I can smell it from here. Like, yeah, I'm smelling that curry going. Now,
Yes.
someone want to hear something about your salmon. Someone want to know if you had it just went by mustard to the salmon. Someone
Me,
added mustard to the salmon.
no, me personally, I've never done that. I've never added the mustard to it.
Okay, so no mustard in the salmon. Okay, let me see what else. Jason, I always cook salmon with cream. It's very interesting to learn something new. Very well. Now we have Daji. I pack with baby spinach leaf and so soft the boil. Okay, so this is another dish that someone is sharing. Let me see. Okay, so Taryn loves some curry salmon. I stuff. Oh, so yeah. So the other person was right. She stuffed the curry salmon with spinach and cheese. Oh my
Okay.
goodness. And
That's
Juliana,
good.
I just want to know how you prepare the curry salmon. So people are really interested in this curry salmon. So Juliana, wow, thanks for the recipe. All right, so someone called some. We like to eat curry, etc. All right, so let's see who else. Love curry chicken with rice. That's Cynthia. Margaret, must try it with the mustard. Take it to so they do know about the curry
Big.
salmon. But they're
Mm-hmm.
saying, so Margaret is saying you must try it with the mustard. It take it to the next level. All right. So definitely, hello, Alice. I love curry chicken. Everything that make with curry. So they are
There
all
you have
into
it.
this curry. Now people would assume that curry is all from India. Like Indians do love curry, right? But when it comes down to Jamaican, we some curry too. Now, what I discover about curry is that they have a wide variety of mix, and that is why you mentioned the new pack. I think it is
Better pat.
better
The
pack,
better
better
pat.
pack. And I learned that different region have different blend of curry, and that is why sometimes you get like the darker curry, and you get the
Right.
brighter one. And some curry, I think they put like cumin, so it tend to get a different taste. So let's say you have curry with the new pack, and you have curry. I'm gonna say Indian curry, then you're gonna get a total different taste.
Right.
Now, for the Jamaican curry, I know that they do have a lot of turmeric. Actually, it is my favorite taste for curry, and not being biased because I grew up with the Jamaican curry. I'm not being biased because I have access to a wide variety and different country, different region with the curry. But my go back to, and like, I have to pick out one, is definitely that brand itself. We're not sponsored. The new pack is not sponsoring us, but we're just talking about, the curry that we like. So continue with the dish for the curry chicken, Andrea. Let's see if anyone make the curry chicken as you do. I have a quick
Right.
question. When you season that curry, you put a little oil in the pot, right?
Yes.
Then you
Yes.
burn the curry. But
Yes.
some people tend to just season the curry, no oil or anything, and just throw it on in the pot like that. What is that? What is the difference? I don't know if you make it like that. I just know that some people tend to do that.
Maybe if I'm like in a rush, maybe I'll do that. But that infusion with the curry and the oil, and a little garlic, sometimes, you know what I mean? It gives the flavor a pop, so to speak. So, but if you're in a rush and you just want to throw it in, let it slow cook, then so be it.
Oh,
But
so
I like to
definitely when you
burn
do it
it, so
like
it
that,
gives it.
that's the slow cook version. And when you put the oil in it, it's the version where you kind of what we call browning the meat a little bit. So you kind of
Right
in that oil for about a good 5 minutes or so, and then
there.
you just pour the rest of stuff. While if
Right.
you're just pouring it, and normally I think they make it for bulk when they just pour it in like that. You say normally it's rush cooking.
Well,
If you're
I'm
on here
consuming,
and you know how
time
to if you know how to cook the curry chicken, let me hear from you. Let me see who is here. Now, let's see who is here talking about the curry chicken. Margaret must okay, I read that. Keep commenting, guys. Let me hear from you. Okay, so burn the curry, that's Marine French. Let's see, my thing. Oh, we use the curry, red chili, salt, turmeric oil. All right, so Carlsum is actually talking. Let me see what Kalsam is talking about. I'm trying to get back to your dish, Kalsam. Lahore from Pakistan. Mimi, I love Indian food, especially chicken. That I read, chicken biryani. Second time I'm seeing that. Don't know what this is. Now we explain more for us. Now we have Olas, and she's from Guyana, and she love the duck curry with dal puree. So Ola, you're also into this curry. I notice a lot of people is into curry on the chat. Now Ola, tell me about your curry, because I'm almost sure that the curry, and I have the experience where I know their curry is also a little different, because their curry tend to have, I think, a little bit of a, if I'm wrong, Ola, correct me, something that they call jira. I think they put a little jira in their curry. Not to say you know, to each his own. But I'm not a Jira fan, to be honest. Do you know what Jira is, Andrea?
That's the. It's like, is it like a wrap with the lamb? That's what you're talking with.
No, 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 no. It's a
Oh,
spice. It's a spice.
oh,
I think they have another name for it. Jira is the same thing as cumin, I'm thinking. I think,
oh.
if
Okay, okay.
you guys correct me. Is Jira the same as cumin? I'm thinking Jira is the same as cumin. Correct me. Julian, oh gosh, I'm smelling everything here in my home. And I tell you, I am smelling everything too because my mouth is watering. We need to hear from what is her name now? Let's see who it is. The person from Guyana who is doing the duck curry. We need to hear from you because we want to learn a little bit more about your curry. Now, if you're just joining, we're talking about comfort food today, and we have a guest on, and Andrea is sharing with us her comfort food, which is curry. So we're diving into curry since so many watching right now is into curry. Now, you can join in on the chat. You can join in on the conversation. Tell us about your favorite food and tell us about why it is your favorite food. We also want to know where you're watching from. And if you're watching right now and you know anything about curry, go ahead and comment. So we have Taryn. I love different kinds of curry. I love to brown my curry with oil and onion and pepper and garlic in the pot before I had my meat. So that's the same way you're making your curry, Andrea, where you're burning all the spice, the seasoning,
Yeah.
and the herbs and stuff like that, and then you throw your meat in it. And then
Mm-hmm.
after that, what you do? Tell me what you do. Margaret, with curry chicken, I add the curry towards the end when the chicken is cooking. Now, Margaret, where are you watching from? This is getting more interesting because personally for me, when I used to make curry, right? I haven't made curry for a while, but I need to get back into making the curry, right? When I used to make curry, I normally season my curry meat, whatever, mostly
Right.
curry chicken. So I would season that curry chicken. I also would put a little in the pot, burn it a little bit, and then after it started cook near to the end, because I like the curry so much, I would add a little bit more curry. Because
Oh,
sometimes I feel like when it, burned, like it's cooked down, like I just need that little extra touch of curry. So someone else is here saying that they basically do the same. But what I want to know from you, Margaret, is she's watching from Barbados. So what I
oh,
want to know, maybe this is the Barbados, I don't want to
big.
mess it up, Bajan style. So what I want to know from you is, you just throw that meat in and you add the curry after, or do you add a little curry and then you cook it down, or curry only after? Let me hear from you because we want to know how they do it in Barbados. Now, if you're watching anywhere you're watching from and you want to be, Short Lady sees hailing you up, Andrea, and
Hello.
Short Lady sees probably one very familiar with you from Facebook. So we have Petter, talk of food make my mouth water. How smell wonderful. So I see the curry is getting all over the place now. So all right, Andrea, continue to tell us. So you do the chicken. Now what you normally eat this curry chicken with?
I usually have it. I love rice. I'm a rice person. So I can have it. You can have it with plain rice, which is white rice. You can have it with, if you wanted something more nutritious, bulgur or wheat,
Oh, the good old
Yes, I love it.
bulgur. I used
Yes,
to love me some bulgur growing up. Like, now I can't afford to buy the bulgur, but I'm telling you, I used to love the bulgur, and it's really a healthy food. I spoke about
yes,
it on my channel recently. I think some countries do have a different name for it. If you're watching and you know anything about bulgur, please comment. I really need to hear from you. Well, when we were growing up, and I think for you also, Andrea, we used to get this bulgur at school, and they
yes,
put absolutely no rating on it whatsoever because it's like, all right, let's just say school food. I'm not going to use the P word. I'm just going to say school food, right? It used to be like school food, but I used to love when I go to school and I get it. Now, when
yes,
at the end of a school year, the school that I attend, they normally like give the children the stuff to take home. You take your paper bag and all of that, and then they will put the bulgur and stuff like that in it. You take it home. When you take it home, they don't want it. They don't even want to use it because there's not bulgur, blah, bulgur. Now I go to my grocery and I'm searching for the bulgur,
yes,
and it's very, very pricey. It's very,
yes.
very pricey, and now it's like, up there. It's right up there with quinoa and couscous, and it's all healthy, healthy, healthy. But what I discovered from watching my channel is, I think I might not remember the name because we spoke about the bulgur before, but I'm not going to say Europe, but you have some country like, it's not Greece, like those small countries somewhere out there between England and correct me because some of them might be unknown. They tend to eat a lot of bulgur. And I didn't know that. I just used to think that, bulgur, but they eat a lot of bulgur and they have a wide variety of dishes that they prepare. If you're watching from anywhere like in Europe or anywhere you're watching from that you are accustomed, or bulgur is like a staple, like how we have rice in your Osol or in your country, go ahead and comment. We need to hear from you. Now, Maureen, if curry done cook, all right. Now this is something I really need to read. Okay, if curry don't cook properly, it will run your belly. Now, is it really true though? Because I'm kind of thinking that it's really a myth. Can Andrea recommend the best curry blend? All right, Andrea, you're getting some things to recommend. Bulgur is an Asian grain. And what about cauliflower rice? So someone want to eat that curry with the cauliflower rice, okay?
Anything goes with curry.
Anything go. Margaret, a little at the beginning. Okay, so Margaret from Barbados, a little at the beginning. Okay, so that's what I thought. So from Barbados, she's using the curry, cooking the curry a little at the beginning. And as the chicken is finished, I had the additional curry. Love to eat it with roti skin, not a rice person.
There you
All
go.
right. So here in New York, you could get a good roti with curry. Okay. Now, Jason, here in France is the same bulgur. It's like quinoa, but quite expensive sometimes. So you see what I'm saying here? It's a little on the pricey side. Jason is watching from France, and just like the quinoa and the couscous, he said you could get it, but a little pricey at times. And the funny thing is, we grew up with it not knowing that now it's
now it's like
it's
up there.
like special food, Okay. All right. So if you have just joined in, welcome to the chat. We're talking about comfort food. If you have a comfort food that you want to share with us, go ahead and comment. Call some in Pakistan. Every curry eat along with lofi, maybe by wheat dough. So I guess he's saying that all curry is eaten with lofi. It's the probably that get lost in translation because the language barrier, or wheat dough, meaning that it could be, let's say, roti, dumpling, bread, or something like that. Let's see who else is here. Want to comment? If you have a question for Andrea, go ahead and ask it right now, guys. Any question for Andrea? Someone want to know if you have a special curry blend. Let's see where that went. It just went up. But anyway, someone wants to know about the special curry blend. If you have a special curry blend, Andrea, go ahead and share that with us.
I really don't have a special curry blend. Like I said, as long as the curry gives me like a rich flavor, rich color, I'm all for it. But as far as like having, a blend.
Mm-hmm. So basically a blend is made from the what is it? Pure Pack, New Pack. I'm always messing it up.
Better Pack.
Better Pack. No, we're not sponsored by Better Pack.
No.
Talking about curry right now. Okay. Now someone wants to know, Jill, I'm not sure what you're talking about. You're asking about Amarante. What is Amarante? I'm not familiar with that name. So enlighten me, guys. Now, if you're watching and you have a question for Andrea, we're asking you to go ahead and comment right now before she. So we have Andrea sharing our curry salmon and our curry shrimp. Now, if you're watching and you want Andrea to be back on the show, sharing the dish in person, making this dish, comment, and let me hear from you. If you're interested in seeing Andrea back on the show, actually preparing this salmon and curry chicken, I'm just throwing the curry chicken in there for us, guys. Go ahead and comment. I'm waiting for the comment right where it said post a comment. Let me hear from you. Go ahead, comment, waiting for you to comment. And if you're just joining, what we're talking about is comfort food. comfort food. There is better late than never. We're talking about comfort food. And what are comfort food? Comfort food are normally some food that you turn to that is normally high in calories, something that you like to indulge in, something that makes you happy, something that most time when you're feeling to eat something, that is what you want to eat. That is what comfort food really is. Now we have Andrea here sharing her comfort food. Anything curry, okay? Anything curry. But she also shared a special salmon dish with us, which I personally have never tried the curry salmon. And we have a few of our watchers that really like the curry salmon, and they are adding mustard to it, okay? And mustard to it. Now here's a question for you, Andrea. Does Andrea add turmeric? Oh, very good question. This is a very, very good question. Does Andrea add turmeric to her curry? Nice addition. Do you
add turmeric to your curry? Because the turmeric also gives it a nice color and flavor. So hey, the more the merrier. You know what I mean?
Okay, so but you don't actually add turmeric to your curry, right? Extra.
You can, but me personally, I've never done it. Okay, but I know it can be done.
Okay, but let me tell you about the curry you're using. The curry you're using is loaded with turmeric, okay? However, just as Margaret is asking about the turmeric, I use a lot of turmeric for the show and stuff like that. And I actually was making some curry tofu with the Better Pack curry, and I add a little extra turmeric to it, and it really keeps it up a notch. So I'm gonna make sure you get a bottle of turmeric, Andrea.
I've done the curry tofu before too. It's really good. Yes.
All right. So guess what, guys? Maybe I just go by Andrea and broadcast from it for the day of the show, so I can get my curry tofu going also. All right. If we have another question from Andrea, Peter, Andrea, do you add raisin? All right. Do you add raisin to your curry, whether you're doing the chicken or not? Do you?
No, I don't.
No, it's nice. It's a nice touch. Now, I personally went somewhere, and it's really back in Jamaica too. I went to this hotel somewhere years ago, and they do had raisin to the curry. And it was curry chicken, and they had raisin, and what else they had? Something else. They have a lot of garlic and stuff in it, and it really tastes good. I've never really tried it before, but there they prepare it with the raisin. So that's something I know about. Now, Jill, maybe try adding turmeric to coconut milk. Do they really put coconut milk in curry? I'm not familiar with.
Yes.
Oh, yes, for
we call it. You could do rundown when I make chickpeas, curry chickpeas.
What is that country? And it's the food, Thai food. Thai food, they use a lot of curry, but I think it's a different kind of a curry because they have like the red curry and they'll have like the green curry, which I'm not sure what it's made up of. I like my Thai food a lot, and they tend to use the coconut milk. But when it comes on to curry chicken, I like the good way that they prepare it, to be honest, in Jamaica. And I'm not saying this because I'm Jamaican, but at the same time, it's comfort food and it's what I grew up with. I really like my curry to be cooked down like that with the burnt curry and kind of fry it a little first. And then you had all the amazing juice, water and stuff like that on it. Now, Golden Child, I use coconut milk to make curry. Now, Golden Child, where are you watching from? And what's your background, your roots when it comes on to food? Let me hear from you. Now, Marine, curry chicken with dumpling and banana. You're Marine, you're Jamaican, I know that. The curry chicken and banana and dumpling. Now, honestly, I would take that over the rice, to be honest. I like some good curry chicken with rice, don't get me wrong, but I would take the banana and the dumpling, especially the dumpling with no cornmeal, the white plain flour dumpling with that curry. All right, guys, so we are watching and we have a guest on. Let me hear from you now. Now that you know, we talk a lot about curry on the show today. What is your favorite go-to comfort food? We need to hear from you. We're taking one more question for Andrea, and then we're gonna take some more comments from some of my watcher. Now, Peter, Asian to use dumpling, amazing flavor. Okay, so they had curry. Now, Lioness talking about rundown. That's what Jamaican had to their when we do have curry with coconut milk, it's called rundown, right? I think so. So, Golden Child, I'm watching from California, and my roots are in Louisiana. I got a curry recipe from YouTube. Okay, so Golden Child, use the cook. So, is that curry recipe that you have more based to Thai? Is it a Thai recipe that you have? Because I know that the Thai, they tend to use that milk in the curry. Joy Lloyd, yes, the coconut milk bring out the flavor. Finger licking. Oh boy. Let me scratch my head right here. Now, Gloria, I like coconut milk in butter chicken and it's yummy. So Gloria go-to food is coconut milk in butter chicken. Now, Gloria, where are you from? And how do you actually prepare this butter chicken dish? We need to hear from you. So, Andrea, thank you for joining us. And definitely we're throwing out there for you to, come back, especially the salmon, the curry chopped salmon, where I'll get in touch and hopefully that you can prepare it for us live on the show. And most likely, hopefully, I'll be there too. Well, I don't eat it. You have to do the tofu for me, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you for joining. And
Thank you for having me.
Just in case someone want to ask another question, I'll just pull you in. So don't go too far, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, let's take some more comments. And okay, so Golden Child, yes, it was the Thai curry, yellow in color. I figured that. Now we have Gloria from Cape Town, and I'm so interested in your dish, Gloria. It's coconut milk in butter chicken, and it's yummy. And you're watching from Cape Town, so I really want you to dive into a little more detail and how you prepare this butter chicken. Do you actually just give me an idea? You use a lot of butter on it. Like if I'm gonna say it's butter chicken, I probably would just rub that chicken with that butter, but I know my style of cooking is different. I'm curious to know because you're watching from Cape Town. Now, Taran, my weakness is food, banana boil and fry boiled dumpling, and my favorite with the sheen and cassava. So, Taran, you are like a provision girl. Where are you watching from, Taran? Let me hear from you. I already could tell because of the thing that you're using. Now, so let's see. If you're just joining, we're talking about food today. We're talking about your favorite comfort food. Now, trying to get someone from Cape Town to tell us about this buttered chicken that I'm interested in learning about. So go ahead and let me know about Gloria. Let me know about your buttered chicken. Who else want to share their comfort food with us? If you want to share your comfort food with us, go ahead and comment. Now, Petra, Asian to use dumpling. I read that. Now, Margaret, turmeric and curry. The combination. Oh, so this is it. Cumin. When I was talking about, other countries make their curry with other spices. So it's cumin, turmeric, and the curry. That is the combination. And I know that is the combination that like the Guyanese use. So, and I think maybe the Trinidadian use the cumin and the turmeric and mix it all together. If I'm wrong, correct me. Now, let's go back to Georgia. Taryn is watching from Georgia, but is from New York. So, Taryn, really? So you have like Caribbean background? Because guess what? The food you're talking about, this is real Caribbean food. Dasheen and boiled banana and fry or boiled dumpling. I like me some boiled dumpling, to be honest. I really like me some boiled dumpling. I'm a dumpling person and I don't feel comfortable having provision. I learned, yes, I know some of my Jamaican subscribers might be watching now and talking about, oh, but Khichi, you're talking about provision? We don't say provision. No, in Jamaica, we say food. But since I migrate here, I mix with other cultures and stuff like that, and I learned the language. But I honestly like the word provision more than food. I'm not trying to sell us out now, but yeah. But, if you're talking about what we call provision or what we call food in Jamaica, it's like yam, banana, and, when you throw that dumpling in it. Dumpling is different in different culture. Okay. Now, we don't put baking soda. Correct me if I'm wrong. We do not put baking soda in our boiled dumpling. When you're making what they call that, dumpling, chicken dumpling. And I think chicken dumpling is an American thing. And when you're making that, someone was to send me a recipe of chicken dumpling. Somebody promised to send a recipe because I am not yet to try it. But I think they also put baking soda in that dumpling, and some other country they put baking soda in the dumpling. Now I think also similar to matzo ball, they put baking soda to have it all floating. That I don't like. I like my kind, but it's what I grew up on. But definitely dumpling is one of my go-to. I'm gonna share my comfort food at the end with you, but I want to hear from you now. Golden Child, my comfort food, it just went. My comfort food used to be smothered chicken over rice with smothered chicken over rice with onion. But now I'm vegetarian, and you're basically like me. But you can find some comfort food, because guess what? Let me tell you something. If you have access to the seitan, I don't know if you're like, trying to stay away from certain things. Like, some people don't want to go soy. Some people don't want to do like the seitan or anything like that. But if you eat seitan, you can use the same ingredients that you use and that smothered chicken, and you can just use it over the seitan. It's going to come out like, just the same kind of a taste. Okay. Like, anything that you make, like meat wise, and you can get that seitan, you just use the same sauce, the same everything, and cook it down. Like for me, my comfort food is a soup. And you're gonna ask, what kind of soup? Now, my grandmother used to make this soup, right? And she used to make it with what they call like that kind of a meat. Now I'm just gonna say roasted meat, but if you're Jamaican, you probably know what I'm calling roasted meat. It's like, like pig's tail, but not pig's tail, like, like you get a cow and you kill that cow and you put that over some crank thing over the flame, and it gets like smoke. That's it. Smoke meat. Okay, smoke meat. That's a better way to say it for people to understand. So what she normally make is this Goonga Pea Soup. Some places, I think the correct name for it is pigeon peas. Depending on where you live, if you know what pigeon peas is, then you know what I'm talking about. In Jamaica, we call it the good old Goonga peas. That is like my comfort food. The soup, and I like it with a lot of peas in it. Okay, and she used to make that and put that dumpling in it. The round dumpling, raw flour dumpling, put the dumpling in a piece of yellow yam, and what else used to, some carrots, some turnips, and I think she used to put coconut milk in there too. I'm not so sure, but I think coconut milk is in it, and boil that down with something salt, a little piece of salt meat or something like that, and that is like so nice, like so nice. I do try to make her version of it. I'm not good at it, to be honest. I'm not good at it, but I love me a good pea soup. Okay, now you also have what I call yellow soup. I'm telling you, my comfort food is soup. I love me soup. Now we have what I call the yellow soup. Now here is how they make the yellow soup. Now the yellow soup, you have to have a lot of pumpkin in it. Okay, and you have to put some peas in it. Now the honest truth is, when back home we never normally put the peas. Since I came here, I started to put that yellow split peas in it. Okay, but I think some people do the split peas back home. So it's a split peas, and it is to have a lot of pumpkin, and you have the good old white flour dumpling. I think my auntie Enid like to put cornmeal in the dumpling. Anyway, white flour dumpling. If you're watching Auntie Enid, you know I like the real white flour dumpling. And you put a little piece of a yellow yam. Some people put corn. Andre, that was on the show just now, make a good yellow soup. Okay, she make a good yellow soup, and she's my cousin. In case some of you might not know, we grew up together, so I, basically know she can cook. Yeah, she can cook. Anyway, so that yellow soup I like. Now they normally put a lot of chicken in that yellow soup. Like a lot of chicken, and I grew up having that yellow, I call it yellow soup, okay, because of the pumpkin and the split peas, and I love me that yellow soup, and I still do. And I don't eat meat today, but I can make this yellow soup to taste just like it have the meat in it. So I'm not missing out. So it is still my overall comfort food. Now, when it comes down to the pea soup, I still can make that pea soup. And I've actually discovered these bacon. They are vegan bacon. And I put that vegan bacon in that pea soup and I get the same flavor. But the yellow soup comes the closest. The yellow soup comes the closest without the meat. But if you're a meat person, you can use the chicken in that yellow soup, or you can use beef or chicken. My favorite is with the chicken. So it's like a good chicken soup. That's my favorite. Anytime you can give me chicken, that soup, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday again. The only thing is I tend to overeat when I have it. So, and let's face it, it's comfort food. It's full of calories, okay? Because you also have to drop that big stick of butter in it for it to really taste good, okay? So it's fattening, all right? Because all of that provision, just imagine me eating that and I need at least 3 dumplings in it. Like, yes, 3 dumplings. And if you're a person like my auntie eating dumpling, well, I probably need 6 because they're very small. But like if I'm making my own personal dumpling, I bought 3 of those dumplings in it and a nice piece of yam, yellow yam, and some good old corn. Some people like corn. I have a cousin, Sharon, she like to put corn in it. But that is my go-to. That is my go-to. What is it that you like? Go ahead and comment. Now, Gloria, when I'm making my okay, this I want to hear. When I'm making my butter chicken, I use chicken breast, cut in small pieces, then put little of oil and fry it. Add onion and garlic, and I know there was a twist to it, and coconut milk and butter chicken sauce. Let it simmer. So they do have a sauce called butter chicken sauce, and she do had the coconut milk to it. Now, Gloria, if you are all fun and game and you would like to be on this live show preparing that dish for us, send me an email. We might just have you on if you can. It's pretty easy to get you on the show once you know you. So let me know if you'd like. I am like really, really curious about that. Okay, like really curious. Delarice, my comfort food is mac and cheese. And who don't like a good mac and cheese? I made a white sauce. 4 different cheese. I bake it in the oven after putting a crumb crust on it, and it's good. Now, if you're watching, okay, most people like mac and cheese. Nowadays, to be honest, people tend to kind of hurry the mac and cheese ever since they brought in the quick and easy mac and cheese. But a real good mac and cheese to me that is one like what Delarice is making, the one that you bake. If you're going to give me mac and cheese, I want it baked, okay? Because that is mac and cheese right there. The 4 cheese, listen what she's using. 4 different kind of cheese, okay? 4 different. And she's going to make the top with the crust. I'm assuming that you just, the breadcrumbs on the top, and some people just put a little bit of, one little slice of tomato to make it look pretty on the top, and bake it. I love that, a good mac and cheese also. And it's really, really good. And the one that you can actually cut with a knife. Now, Taryn is getting hungry. We have 8 more minutes to go. And Joy, my comfort food is cow food. Woo! I used to love this. Now, I'm sitting up now because my mouth is really, really watering. And you might be like, but aren't you talking about you vegan? And yes, but it doesn't matter. I can talk about these things. Andre saying I love a baked mac and cheese too. Now, hear this one. Joy, my comfort food is cow food. And for those of you who don't know what most culture know about cow food, okay? With large lima bean. Hear the joke now. She's not even gonna say butter bean, okay? I'm trying not even gonna say butter bean. She's just saying the right, lima bean with green banana, yellow yam, and dumpling. Let me tell you something. Cow food, I used to love this cow food with the beans, okay? Just that flavor that it give off is what I like. So I know what you're talking about, Joy. But what I don't understand is you're eating the cow food with green banana, yellow yam, and dumpling. So are you cooking the banana and the dumpling down in that cow food? Are you putting that cow food on the side? Because normally I'm assuming that people tend to eat the cow food more so with rice. If I'm wrong, correct me. So are you cooking these things down as a one pot meal, or are you just putting the cow food, pouring it on the side, and then you have the banana and the stuff to go along with it? Let me hear from you. Now, yes, cow food, yes. Now, kick plug, you're beautiful. Thank you for that. We're talking about push. Jill, I think I need to get you off the chat today, right? Jill is talking about portion control. Now, when it comes down to comfort food, there's no such thing as portion control, okay? There is no such thing as portion control when it comes down to comfort food. And that is the reason why we don't indulge in the comfort food so often. If I was to indulge in my comfort food and without portion control, I probably would fill the screen up right now, because these comfort food that we're talking about is really high in calories. And you don't want to make your comfort food and shortchange it, okay? If your comfort food called for a stick of butter, don't bother talking about, okay, I'm on a diet, I'm going to put a quarter stick of butter. It ain't going to taste like the comfort food that you're accustomed to. So when you're eating your comfort food, indulge. Drop that stick of butter in it. And if you need a little extra olive oil, drop it in it. Eat it today, and then eat the leftover tomorrow, and don't make it for another 6 months. All right, so let's read some more comments. Push Lioness, get out of here with this portion control, okay? Gloria, sorry, Chichi, I'm busy doing something else with my phone in my pocket because I don't want to miss. Okay, I understand that. Tara, Joy, I love that you are. Where is Joy? To kill over here. Lord of mercy. I love that dish too. Yes, food. You can't go wrong. Margaret, please give thanks to Andrea. Looking forward to seeing her again with our curry salmon recipe. So Andrea, you definitely need to. We'll arrange it for this. And anyone else have another dish that they want to share, and you want to be on the live show, just send me an email. We could arrange it. We could have 8 people sharing their dishes with us. So I could take 7 people for the live show any given day. So any day that we could arrange it, okay, for you all to come. And we have just one show, 1 hour and a half, sharing the dishes from different region, and also different, ingredients, spices, and all of that. Now, Cynthia, curry chicken back with cornmeal dumpling. All right. Listen to me. There is white flour dumpling, which is my favorite. Okay, white flour dumpling is my favorite. However, when it comes on to eating curry chicken with that cornmeal dumpling, I love it. Okay, I love it. Probably 2 ways I like cornmeal dumpling. If you're giving me that comfort food, that pea soup, I'll take the cornmeal dumpling in it. And if I'm eating cornmeal dumpling with curry chicken, I'll take it. Those are my 2 favorite ways to eat cornmeal dumpling. For those of you who don't know what cornmeal dumpling is, it's just the same white flour that you make. And you had, I think the way they make it is just a little dash. Different people, okay. There's something that I learned about cornmeal dumpling from my aunt. When I was growing up, we have cornmeal dumpling. And if I'm wrong, if you're on the channel, you know anything about this dumpling, go ahead and comment. We normally use the cornmeal in the flour when we don't have enough flour, okay? When we don't have enough flour, we used to use the cornmeal just to make it up. After a while, however, people tend to like the cornmeal in it, so we use the cornmeal dumpling. But if you're Jamaican and you're watching and I'm wrong, correct me. However, most people normally prefer white flour dumpling. Add cornmeal to the dumpling when you don't have enough flour, okay? When you do not have enough flour, you add the cornmeal. However, what I recently learned from my auntie is that Jamaicans now are using the cornmeal because they're claiming that it's healthier. Sorry, I'm not laughing at my people. They're claiming that it's healthier and it's better. It don't cost you to bind as much as you do. Yet still, when I was growing up and you talk about you eating cornmeal dumpling, people would give you a second look because they know you don't have enough flour. If you're watching and you know what I'm talking about, comment, and let me hear from you. I might be wrong. I just need to hear. Now, Lioness watching, and she's watching from the Cayman Island. She like chicken foot soup. Some places they don't eat the chicken feet, while some places they indulge in the chicken feet. I used to eat chicken feet. I just don't eat it now because I don't eat meat anymore. But I used to love it in the soup also. However, I prefer the rare chicken in the soup where it's more in it, but a good chicken foot. But guess what? That same chicken foot, if you curry it, you take it to another level. All right, so Maureen, nice chicken soup with a lot of pumpkin and grounds, which is the same provision. Maureen, you can add the chicken foot. All right. Now, Dolores, I just made brown broth. Boy, these people coming with all this healthy stuff today. It's simmering right now. I use turkey neck, chicken broth, and chicken feet. And if you don't know what bone broth is, it's basically collagen. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the body, and when your body start to age, you lose the collagen, and you need something to wake it back up, and this could be in the form of bone broth. You can make your own. You can come and join us on our skincare show, and you will learn more about collagen. Now, I love curried feet, chicken food too. All right, so Margaret, no dumpling, no dumpling. Margaret, you're not my friend right now. Joy, Chichi, have you ever eaten the cornmeal dumpling with... No, I know this is not a Jamaican show, right? And it's not a Jamaican show, right? And it's food we're talking about, right? We're talking about food. For all of those watching, you come over, you're watching with us all the time. By now, you know I'm Jamaican, right? You all know I'm Jamaican. But let me tell you something. There's a lot of us at my age, around about my age or somewhere near to my age, the 40s, and all of us that, we were born in late 60s, early 70s, probably a little part of 80. We do know a thing or two about flour, right? Flour. And I'm saying flour. Now, someone is asking me if I've ever tried cornmeal dumpling with butter. Let me tell you something. When it comes on to food, you name it, I try it. Okay? You name it when it comes on to Jamaican food. You name it, I try it. When you're growing up and they call it like you throw a little pot, you might have you, your brother, your sister, or whatever, whoever you grow with, you might only have some money to go buy some flour, right? So you go buy some flour, and back then you could get the butter to buy. Some people don't know what we're talking about, but bear with me. Back then you could get like a stick of butter, right? You could go to the store, the grocery store, and you could buy a half a stick of that butter. Or you could even buy, especially if you're a kid, and anyway, you could buy, so you have the stick of butter and the marking is on the butter, you can buy quarter stick of butter back then. Okay, now if you're a kid growing up and you have your sister and your brother, you chop your little change together and you can go and get some flour. When you go to the shop, and this is my background that I'm talking about, one that actually make me who I am today. I'm not scared to talk about it. I'm proud to talk about it because it's really helped to shape who I am. Now, when you go to the grocery with your little change, you can ask the shopkeeper, okay, can you put a little cornmeal in it? If you're watching and you know what I'm talking about, comment. So you're going to go buy a pound of flour and you ask the shopkeeper if they could put a little cornmeal in it, okay? Get the little flour with the cornmeal and you go home with it and you boil up that cornmeal. You get a little quarter stick of butter because that's all you can afford is your little money. You go home, you bake that dumpling, you boil it up. When you take it out, you share it out, you cut that butter, you drop it on it, and everybody gets a little piece of butter, and 2 dumpling or 3 dumpling is the nicest thing ever, okay? It's the nicest thing ever. You feel good, it full you up, and you are good to go. No meat, no nothing, just a piece of butter with that hot dumpling. It have to be very, very hot. That is something else. Now, Astra's true chicken and flour dumpling, good Sunday dinner from North Carolina. And you know what I know? I noticed that in the South, the food, and I know that have a lot to do with where we all from, some of us are from and all of that, but they do like dumplings and stuff like that on a Sunday as a Sunday dinner. Like in Jamaica, it's always have to be like rice. But when I notice that when you go to the South, it's always like, these stew and stuff like that, that makes a good Sunday dinner. And their dumpling is really different from us, and that is why I want to experience. If you're living in the South and you can make chicken and dumpling, you can invite me over. We'll try to hook up the vegan version. Let me know. I'm so wonderful. I've been talking about this chicken and dumpling for a couple of weeks now. Even in my own soul, I'm like, I need to try this chicken. I don't know why. Like, I just want to try this chicken and dumpling. It's different because I know, and I watched so many videos on it now, because I know they add the to make the gooey stuff in the bottom, they add the flour to it and mix it up, and then the dumpling have baking soda in it, I think, or baking powder. Not so sure which one, but anyway, if you watch the channel, I've been talking a lot about chicken and dumpling. So want to try it now. Locket, oh yes, flour with cornmeal, mixed flour. Thank you so much, Locket. That is the name of it. I totally forget. Mixed flour. Yes. Anyone know anything about mixed flour? Comment. Anyway, my time is up. I so enjoyed talking about food today. Girl, you sent to buy the mixed flour back then, girl. So you guys know what I'm talking about. Thank you so much. My time is up. I really enjoyed this show today. We're going to be on tomorrow at 12 noon for another in our series, Weekday with Khichibeauty. Now, if you want to be on our show and you have something you want to share, send me an email to khichibeauty@gmail.com. Yes, at gmail.com. Now, you got to send the information early, because it have to be arranged, because there's the several steps that we have to take to get you on the show. So if you want to be on the show, just let us know by sending the email. And thanks, Andrea, for being a guest on the show today. And just the way Andrea came on, that's how we can get you on the show. So please, get some your time, send your email to khichibeauty@gmail.com. We're going to be on tomorrow at 12 noon with another in the series. We're coming with some very, very interesting topic. You don't want to miss the show tomorrow. So stay tuned, set your clock, and be good. I got to get off. I got to learn to stick to the 1 hour. Tonight, we're going to be on with the 25-day skincare challenge, and I'm going to be posting the week one on the .com just as soon as I hang up, khichibeauty.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Andrea. Thanks to all my subscribers that joined in today talking about food. We love to talk about food, and hopefully we'll get a show. Yes, I know about that too. And we'll get a show hopefully with some of you coming on and sharing your ideas, your thoughts, and whatever it is you're doing. Be good to yourself, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.